AI never sleeps, and this week has been absolutely insane. We have an AI that can take one image and do this. We have some new open source video generators that are really good. We have another AI that can insert multiple reference characters or objects into a video. We have some insane humanoid robot demos and a lot more, so let's jump right in. First up, we have a new free and open source video model called Step Video. This can generate very realistic, consistent, and high fidelity videos. So here are some examples. Here's a really tricky scene of a family having a hot pot dinner. Again, notice how messy the scene is. There are a lot of dishes, there are a lot of people in the scene, everyone's moving around, but for the most part, everything looks very consistent. And yes, they have 5 fingers on each hand. And here's another cool generation made of Lego. And then here's Steve Jobs giving a speech with the text "Step Video is coming" in the background. So this shows that Step Video can generate existing people and characters like Steve Jobs. Plus, you can see it's really good at generating consistent text inside videos, which even some of the top video generators can't do yet. So this is a very impressive clip. Here's a Superman kid running around in the city. Notice how consistent and natural he is running. Here's another example of a woman doing some exercise with a yoga ball, and it's hard to spot any flaws with this. So this Step Video model seems to have a pretty good understanding of human anatomy. Here's an example of some Disney Pixar 3D animation, and you can see it handles this very well. Of course, it can also generate these portrait shots really realistically. As you can see in this example, a woman playing the violin, no problem. Her fingers and her posture are completely correct. This is exactly how you would hold and play a violin. And here's an example of some music video dance. Notice again how everyone remains very consistent. This is a lot smoother in creating dance videos compared to some other top video models. Here's a bunch of folks making dumplings. Again, notice how realistic everything looks. They all have 5 fingers on each hand. The faces look very realistic. It's hard to point out any flaws with this. Here's another impressive example. Notice that for guitars, even some of the top video models can't generate realistic guitars with 6 strings and realistic looking frets. But this guitar looks pretty perfect to me, and this polar bear does look like it's actually playing the guitar. Alright, next we have Pippo. This is an AI that can take a single photo of a person and generate multiple views of that person from different angles, all in 1K resolution, which is pretty high. So here are some examples. Note that you just need to plug in one selfie image of this person, and it can generate an entire 360-degree view of the person. How insane is that? Here's another example. So it's like having a virtual camera that can move around the person and take pictures from different sides. But it's doing all of this just from one original photo. Note that you don't have to just use portrait photos. This also works with full body photos like this. Now, this technology has so many nice use cases. You can use this for virtual try-on, gaming, video production, or even video conferencing. The good news is they've already released a GitHub repo, which contains all the instructions on how to train and run this on your computer. Next up, ByteDance releases another banger. This time it's called Phantom, and this is an AI that takes in a reference image of a person or object and a text prompt, and it'll generate a video of this character according to your description. Here are some more examples. So at the top left is the reference character, and then here's the text prompt. A young boy crouching by a stream in a dense forest. He's dressed in a blue hoodie and khaki pants, etc., etc. Now notice the boy looks exactly like the reference photo. This is insanely accurate. Here's another example. The prompt is, a little girl dressed in a green and yellow dinosaur costume is grinning and jumping enthusiastically on a soft brown sofa. And indeed, that's what we get. Again, notice how the girl looks exactly like the reference photo. She's even missing her front teeth. Here's another example where the prompt is a man in a sharp black suit walking down a busy city street. He holds a steaming cup of coffee, taking occasional sips as he goes. And that's indeed what we get. Notice again how the man looks exactly like the reference image. Here's another example. Notice in the reference image, her hair is straight, but in the prompt, you can even specify for her hair to be curly. Then she's wearing the emerald green gown, and then she sings in this opera house, and that is indeed what we get. I mean, with this tool, deepfakes are going to be everywhere. It's going to be so easy to create deepfakes now. And this just doesn't work with faces. You can also input photos of products, like these Nike shoes here. If the prompt is, the man puts on sneakers and starts jogging along the riverbank, that's what you're going to get. So this tool is going to absolutely revolutionize the advertising industry. You no longer need to film product commercials. You can just plug a photo of any product into this AI and generate a full commercial from that. Here's another example. The prompt is a woman in a snow leopard print coat stood in the middle of the ice looking around. She looks really cold, by the way, but indeed, she's wearing the exact coat that was specified in the photo. And here's another example of the Mona Lisa. And here are some more insane things you can do with it. Not only can you input one reference image, but you can input multiple reference images. So here we have an example where we input a character and an outfit plus the background. Notice how it's able to merge everything seamlessly into this video. And by the way, she still, once again, looks exactly like the reference photo. And here's another photo of Taylor Swift with this handbag. Again, a super realistic deepfake. I mean, businesses no longer need to pay millions of dollars for celebrities to endorse their products. They can just create a deepfake of whichever famous person they want using their products. This is absolutely wild. Here's another example of Iron Man using this Nikon camera. And here's where it gets even wilder. You can input multiple reference characters and then generate a video of two of them interacting. So here we have Lisa interacting with LeBron James. Now, over here, you know they're just flipping this book, but I'm sure you can get them to do even crazier stuff like make out or something. Alright, now in the robot news, Figure has released a new demo of their new AI model for humanoid robots called Helix. Here's a demonstration of the Helix in action.
Hey Figures, can you come here? Okay, I'd like to try something new. Even though this is the very first time that you've ever seen these items, I'd like you to use your new Helix AI and try to reason through where you think they belong in the scene, and then work together to put them away. Does that sound good?